Alright, these are the valves all ground now. See the 3 angles on there. See 2 angles on these ones. So we're going to make sure the valve faces out here toward the outside edge where it's going to breathe. When you put the valve seat way on the inside like the head, it's going to basically get a way smaller valve than what you really have. And these are already small valves. So now that's definitely a high performance valve job. We do it like that. So these are our stones that we grind with. So I got to find me a 45-degree stone that's about the same size what I'm going to grind, which would be like that. And that will go right there over that and grind that seat away. Now to narrow it up, we're going to have to do another cut. Which is a 70 degree or 60 degree, whatever this cut one at. This one's cut at 60. Got to go inside the hole and we'll narrow the seat up. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to have to do that. Usually on these quickie jobs, I just flash the 45 to make sure it's good and call it done. But in this case, I think we're going to have to do a little more work. So I use a pair of dividers up here to figure out what my diameters are. So basically, we go like this. I'm going to put this on the inside diameter of my cut, which is not normally how I do it. So we'll do that. And then that is going to have to be bigger than the finish that they have in there already. This pilot's in the way. So you can see the old seats right there. So you can see how this is about halfway up the valve seat. So I'm going to have to narrow this up so the valve instead of sitting here will sit further up, which basically makes the valve bigger as far as what the motor sees. It's like putting a bigger valve in it. Now if you went in there and cut this throat out, because it's way super thick, it'd run a lot better. Top end wise. Low end, slight loss of power with idle. Who cares about idle? Alright, so the intake seat, I might have to do the same trick on it, but I'm not sure. We'll have to grind it and see what we got. So I can either come off the ID, which is normally what I don't do. Like normally I come off the OD, but in this case I think I'll come off the ID. Alright, so I'm going to get the other stone I need. Do some grinding here. So you can do all 3 angles with seat cut with grinders. So that's the old-fashioned way of doing things, is like this. So this is the stone I just used on an Evo motor we just did. So you got a big twin, small twin, a little bit different size. See, these are probably 883 valves, I bet. So no, it's a 1200 motor, that's right. Yeah, it's hard to believe these are 1200 ports. Pretty small. Okay, so that's that one. On the top angle, use a 30 degree. So you got 30, 45, 60. See all 3 angles? That's how you grind them. The old way of doing it. Okay, this one I need a 45 in this diameter. That'll work. Am I getting full life out of that stone? Basically, it looked like that when it was new, except slightly bigger than this one. There you go, that's the difference. I could use this big one, but see, it's a little bit too big. Yeah, too big around. Okay, so we're going to use these stones right now, and if we have to play around the diamonds a little bit, we will. I'd rather not have to do that, but I might have to, because somebody might have maybe overground where the valve seat goes. Yeah, they thought they should have been on the outside where it belongs, instead of in the middle where they don't belong. Alright, so we're going to grind this on the floor, because that's how we work around here, is on the floor. 1 head, 2 head. I need my valves. Dividers, stones, all the important tools. Alright. I don't know if it'll be in picture or not. Until I get down there, I can't tell what you're going to look at. We'll be looking way over here. And you can kind of see what I'm doing. First thing, I just clean the guide all out a little bit. This pilot's a little bit big for this guide. You can stick it up too high to use, but we'll see here in a minute. That one will work. We're cutting on aluminum though, which is bad. So to drop it there. That's too big, see? Didn't fit. We can cheat by putting washers under here. So we space the stone up a little bit. Makes the stone taller so now it goes in deeper. Cheating. Alright. Grinder right here. Narrow things up a little bit. A lot of narrowing. So basically I'm grinding the inner seat angle out. See what the grind mark is. You put your dividers on there, you see exactly where you're at on it. And you grind it until it's a little bit bigger than what this is. So I grind the top angle, come back down on it, and we'll still be on that valve head. A little bit. So I'm working backwards, but it still works. Stones cut slowly, that's why they don't do it no more. Takes a while to do what you need to do. Right. And of course you get interrupted in the middle of it too. Be back. Alright, it's getting late, I'm going to get the hell out of here. It's after 1 o'clock now. Enough screwing around for one night. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the heads correctly. Once these seats start going sideways and get kind of goofy, it's not cutting on center concentric anymore. I don't know what the deal is, so it acts like the valve job doesn't line up. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these in the machine tomorrow, and we're going to cut it with the real tools up there. We're doing a full valve job. We're not going to do a quickie on this, which is good for me. That means I can put the valves over here on the outside edge where it's going to breathe, how I like it. And you know, all that. And if I accidentally cut the throat out a little bit bigger over here, I'm sure the customer wouldn't mind. If you look in here, the seat's a lot bigger than the seat, a lot smaller than what the head is. If you look up under there, you can see the edge right there. So it's a big step off once you go through the seat. So you actually cut the seat out, and it'll be the stock diameter what port it should have been. For some reason, Harley decided to make the seat a lot thicker than it should have been. So when I cut that out, it'll all just fit like it's supposed to be. And it'll run a lot better. So I'll just do that, make a better job at it, charge a couple extra bucks for the job, and the customer will be happy. more or less. And if I accidentally ground that edge out right there, it wouldn't hurt either. See that big lip right there? I can cut that out too with the machine at the same time I'm doing the other cuts. Boop, gone. I don't even have to pour it from the other side, just cut that lip out and it'll run better. All this little stuff like this makes a huge, huge difference on how they run. So I think that's what I'm going to do. You know, once you start having to do a bunch of seat and grind it up and down all over the place and soft center, yeah, screw it. That's what this stuff's for, cutting big areas out. Like I said, it's going to make it run so much better anyway, so we'll just do it that way. And the cylinders are someplace, so they're over here waiting to be honed out. So I can hone these out too. So, all right, there's my weekend. It's already laid out for me. All right, that's it for now.